Give me just a second. I just got back into the house. Had to run to the store for Jenna. She is unfortunately under the weather, which is saying a lot because she does not get sick very often. So give me just a second here and then we will get started. I do have some really good announcements for you tonight, so that is very exciting. And then we will get into the questions. Let me get that. You would think after doing it after all this time I would have it down pat, but you'd be wrong if you thought that. So excuse me. So I do have some really good announcements tonight that I will get to in just a second. Let me take this last little note down. All right, so welcome everybody. Glad you're here. Sorry that took a couple more seconds than what I thought, but we do this every Sunday at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We go live right here on our YouTube channel, Myshire Farm, and we do a live Q&A. So if you have any questions about Coturnix quail, raising them, housing them, brooding them, hatching them, selling them, whatever the case may be, go ahead and feel free to ask in the comments, and we will do our very best to help you on your adventure with Coturnix quail. We also do a couple other fun things on here, and that is I'll do announcements in just a second to start us off. If you want to let us know where you're from, it's always interesting to see where all the quail people are at in the world. That's a whole lot of fun. And then if you've hatched any eggs from us this past week and have not given me the updates, feel free to let me know. I will write those down. Currently, we're doing extremely well, and I'm very excited about that. We finished last month at a record high on hatch percentages on shipped eggs, so I'm very excited about that. And this month so far has not deviated at all. I mean, we're almost exactly the same. We're like 0.1 off. 0.1% off. So we're doing really, really well with that. So let me know what your hatch results were if you've ordered eggs from us. And we support everybody here, so let's be kind and friendly and helpful to one another. Support the channel by just hitting the like button, and I would greatly appreciate it. And then we will get started. So here is our announcements. For Quail University, if you don't know what that is, I did a video about it just 2 videos ago. That'll be on our YouTube channel. It's a class that you can take that we put together for you with Time and Timber Homestead, as well as Linda Easton Waller from sorry, Hatching at Home. We had a lot of graduates in the past week, so I just wanted to do a quick shout out to Vicky K, Kenneth C, Ryan M, Nicholas P, Suzette W, Sharon F, David H, Trenton E, Laura W, Angela B, Travis J, Mary M, Mark A, Michelle J, Mike R, Deanna F, Keith R, Cheryl K, Fran C, and Cliff H. That was a lot of names, and those are the ones that just graduated this week. So it's going extremely well. We're getting a lot of great feedback. If you're taking the course or anything like that, make sure you leave us a review, helpful or, whatever the case may be. If you've got helpful advice for us or you just love it so we can share it with other people, whatever the case may be, make sure you leave us a review. But that is going extremely well. Jasmine is finishing up some things. I had to do some things this morning that I guess I didn't do, that she couldn't move past until I did it. I think I did that. She's looking into it. It's not showing up on her end, but I screenshotted to her. I said, I did it, I swear. She's like, okay, I'll look into it. So it looks like our Zoom classes for Quail University are going to start going live this next week. So you will get an email about that if you're part of Quail University, and that will give you a lot more information on that, which is super exciting. Next is QuailCon. QuailCon is happening, and it's September 2nd and 3rd here at Myshire Farm. We are currently selling tickets on our website. The last video I did on our YouTube channel is all about QuailCon, all the people that are coming, all the workshops, all the speakers, all the master classes, all the tours, everything. So make sure you check that out as well. We are going to have some updates on that shortly. I've got a couple of people that have volunteered to do some extra stuff. So we'll be bringing that to you shortly as well. So that's very exciting. And if you are wanting to be a vendor at QuailCon, then we'd love to have you. You'll just need to contact me on my cell phone number. That's on our website at the very bottom. You can contact me through there. You'll just want to text us, and we'd love to set you up for a vendor. We are making it as affordable as possible for you. And, sorry. And pretty much nothing's off limits as far as what you're wanting to sell. It needs to be approved. And obviously no eggs and no live birds because of biosecurity and things here. But everything else is pretty much a go, but it does need to be approved. And we can give you the information and details about that individually if you're interested in that. Next is the 18 under contest. We announced our first winner of the year, the first Sunday of April. I think it was like April 3rd, but I don't remember. April 2nd. And so that's going extremely well. And then we will announce our next 18 and under contest winner the first Sunday of May. And we have gotten a ton of applicants this month. And they have been very, very good emails. So that's really cool as well. I do have some extra stuff in the works for everybody, so stay tuned. I've got some really good stuff that's going to be able to save you money in the long term on that, and that's completely separate from everything else. It's just a discount for you guys, so stay tuned for that. It's not been completely confirmed yet. I'm just waiting for the finalization of it, so stay tuned for that. And last but not least, Myshire Farm YouTube channel officially hit over 50,000 subscribers, which is a huge milestone. So thank you everybody out there. I appreciate it. I was in the barn for about 12 hours today, and I was doing math, and I was trying to figure out if I had any eggs. And I really wanted to do a giveaway tonight because we hit 50,000 subscribers. Unfortunately, I just don't have the eggs to spare right now. So as soon as I do, we will do this again, and we'll celebrate that way. But congratulations to everybody out there that has supported us, and thank you to everybody out there that's watched our stuff, subscribed to our channel, and hopefully we've helped you on your adventure with Coturnix quail. So thank you everybody. I really do appreciate it. I thought that was a really cool milestone. That we hit this week, 50,000 subscribers. That's really cool. So that is all the announcements I have. I've bored you enough, so let's get into the comments. On Sundays, I read all of the comments, and we're kind of like, it's like a community setting where we all just kind of hang out and have a lot of fun. But obviously, this was all started because they've been a question and answer that I thought was very needed on a regular basis. We started this almost 3 years ago, a little over 3 years ago, and we've stayed pretty consistent to it. We've missed here and there due to life and farm and this, that, and the other, but overall we've been pretty consistent for the past 3+ years. And so that's what we do. So if you have any questions about Coturnix quail, raising them, housing them, breeding them, hatching them, whatever the case may be, selling them, feel free to comment below, and I will get to that as quickly as I possibly can. But let's get into the comments, shall we? I am so sorry. All right, I think I got it. Anime Gamer Creators in the house, welcome. Texas Top Shelf Reptiles is in the house. Says, yay, it's time. Hope all is well and everyone's flock is producing well. God bless. Thank you very much, and you as well. Eric Willis is in the house. Been waiting for this for the last week. Wonderful. Hopefully you got some questions for us, and we will try to help you out as much as we can. We did hit the 50,000 subscribers this week on our channel, so thank you to all of you that support the channel and watch. I appreciate that. Eric Willis says, just got my notification this morning that my order is on the way. Yay, more quail. There you go. Yep, it'll be shipping tomorrow. So that is very exciting. She printed the labels out earlier today. Vase Place and Ed Got Bait are my moderators on here. They help control the comment section. What is that? They help control the comment section, as well as helping answering questions before I get to them, so you're not waiting as long. So thank you very much for both of what you do. I appreciate that. And this week I had to take a business trip. I left Monday at about 9:30 p.m. and I traveled all over God's green earth. And then on Wednesday afternoon, yeah. I met up with Chris Carnes from Slightly Redneck and Jasmine and Luke from Time and Timber Homestead in Missouri. We went out to eat. We went to go see some sightseeing, and it was a whole lot of fun. So Chris was a very generous host. I really appreciate that, and it was nice to just hang out for a little while. So that was really cool. I went to all kinds of states. I went obviously Ohio, Kentucky, Tennessee, Arkansas, Louisiana, Texas, back into Arkansas, Oklahoma, back into Arkansas, Missouri, Illinois, Indiana, and back in Ohio. I left Monday at 9:30 p.m. and I got back Thursday at like 7 p.m. So it was a long week. But I had a lot of fun visiting, and it was a lot of driving, a lot of me thinking. So usually when I do that, I tend to change things, so there's some changes coming our way, and I think it'll be best. So I think I'm about a week out before I can start posting videos again, which is very exciting. Obviously, the Quail University Live that we'll be doing for more intimate Q&A setting, that's coming to fruition either this week or next, which is very exciting. I do have a big thing that I've been working on that I can't tell you about yet. Hopefully I'll be able to tell you next week. I am ordering another incubator for an incubator review. That is in the works currently, so I'm very excited about that. And then instead of me giving updates or anything like that during every video that I do, what I'm going to do is just do like a slideshow, like a one-page slideshow that's going to be up there for 5 to 7 seconds, and it'll just give you all the stuff that we're involved with, whether it's Quail University or QuailCon or this, that, and the other, and then it's going to go straight into the video to get you more information quicker. I have decided that I am no longer going to do skippable or non-skippable ads on my YouTube channel. Now there will be ads in like the corner or the bottom or whatever like that that doesn't affect the video, but going forward on the videos there won't be any where you have to watch an ad or anything like that. I'm just going to cut that out. The whole point of me doing these YouTube videos from the very beginning was to get the information out there. I want to make it as easy and accessible to you as possible. So I'm just going to cut that out. And hopefully that will improve the experience as well. Now I think that's all the announcements. Also, support the channel by just hitting the like button. I would greatly appreciate it. And there's something new. I don't know what this is. Huh. Cool. So I don't know if you noticed, but there's like a little, I don't know, mine shows a little heart by the comment section, and then you click on it and there's like a heart and a smiley face and a confetti thing. I don't know, a bunch of different ones. I don't know what that's all about. It's the first time I ever saw it. It keeps catching my eye because there's like a heart that goes up from it every once in a while. I don't know. I'm not up to date on the new cool stuff. Chase is in the house from Kentucky. Welcome. We're glad you're here. Let's see. Ed Got Bait, obviously, and Vay's Place is obviously in the house. They're always with me, so I appreciate that. Vay's Eggs go into lockdown on Tuesday. That is awesome. Good luck with that. Erica Willis says, that's great, Zach. Thank you for the 50,000 subscribers. Yeah, I was very excited about it. Chase says, got to do my chores, but still listening. All right. John F. says, good evening, Vay's Place, Myshire, and everyone else. Absolutely. Welcome. It's a real pain in the butt to keep humidity under control in Florida. I get it. I get that. Chase says, don't stress humidity too much. Yeah, especially during incubation, especially if you live in Florida. I do a dry hatch. I would not even look at the humidity from day 1 to day 14. And then that's when I would keep an eye on it and just let the humidity be what it is. Pappy's Homestead is in the house. Evening, everyone. Hope all is well. 44 eggs went into lockdown today. Awesome. Good luck. I wish you all the best. Foster Farms is in the house. Says, evening, everyone. Welcome. We're glad you're here. Let's see. Jenna's under the weather. John is in the house. Hello, all new to the channel. Well, welcome. We're glad you're here. So we try to do videos. Usually I don't really get to them until around mid-April to March. No, mid-April to May. Yeah, mid-April to May. But I'm about to start that up again. But we do a live every Sunday at 7 p.m. So if you have any questions, feel free to ask. And that is what we are here for, myself and the community, to help you and encourage you on your adventure with Coturnix quail. Jesse Mills is in the house. Good evening, everyone. Welcome. We're glad you're here. Kayaker 81's in the house. Greetings from California. Welcome. We're glad you're here. Nikki James is in the house from Missouri. Welcome. Frank Crow is in the house. Welcome. We're glad you're here. Foster Farms in Waynesboro, Tennessee is in the house. Welcome. Pappy's Homestead says, hit the like button, everybody. Absolutely. Support the channel. I'd appreciate it. Chris Lowe's in the house. Chris and Tina from Country Magic Farms in Missouri. Welcome. We're glad you're here. Sage Wolf 1975 is in the house. Welcome. Aiden is in the house. Welcome. Erica Willis says, Vernon, can you please put up the link for Quail University? I finally have the extra money to sign up. She did put that a little bit further down in the comments. John is in the house from Mobile, Alabama. Welcome. Bill is in the house from Springtown, Texas. Welcome. Summer is also in Texas. Welcome. Glad you're here. Alex is in the house. Hi, Zach. I'm just starting in raising quail, and I want to know, how do I find the market to sell them? I'm in Michigan. Well, mainly you want to know your area. So, I mean, you can go to farmers markets. You can go to Asian markets and look for balut sales. You can put an ads on Craigslist and ad on Hoobly. Sometimes you can do it for eating eggs on like Facebook Marketplace. Make some business cards and just pass them out to everybody. Anywhere you go, just say, hey, I do quail, and most of everybody's going to say, what do you do? And then you just start telling them the benefits and the cool things about raising quail, and one person at a time. I do have a playlist called Quail for Profit you might want to check out. That will give you a lot of good information as well. Diana Tuttle from Tut Farms is in the house in Kansas. Welcome. We're glad you're here. Gutros Urban Homestead is in the house. Welcome. We're glad you're here. I lost my spot. I'm so sorry, everyone. Talatacti Two-Step is in the house from North Central Arkansas. Welcome. Changing Winds Farm is in the house from Illinois. Welcome. Stacy's in the house, Nubian East Tennessee here. Welcome. I was in all three of those states this week. Ruby's in the house. Hi, Zach. Building my quail hutch. What is the ceiling height for the cage? I watched the videos but didn't catch the measurements. 12 inches is ideal. You could go as low as about 8, but I really like the 12. So it's really 8 to 12 in the cages. Aviaries at 6 feet or higher. And there's really no in between. Like, it's either 8 to 12 inches or 6 foot or higher. Either one. It's a good question. A. Jones is in the house. Hi, all. Checking in from the northeast tip of Ohio. Welcome. We're glad you're here. Nana's a Nerd is in the house. Hello from Springfield, Illinois. I graduated from Quail U. Congratulations. I hope you enjoyed it a lot. And hope you learned a lot, too. Feathered Connections Homestead is in the house. Hi, everybody. I'm here, but celebrating Easter with the big fam this week, so listening in until dinner starts at 5:30. Well, welcome. We're glad you're here, and thanks for stopping by. PJ's Family Farm is in the house. Hello, all you beautiful quail people. Finishing up milking my goats while listening to you. Well, welcome, and good luck with that. I haven't milked goats. I've milked cows, and it's a process, that's for sure. John Schwartz says, where can I find Quail U? The link to it is right below your comment. But if you go to our main page on our YouTube channel, the second to last video I did was about Quail University. It gives you a lot of information about it that you can check out. Dr. Connie's in the house, happy and healthy in Central Florida. What do you need that I can maybe provide? I feel like I'm forever in your debt. Not a problem. Glad you asked the questions, and glad that I usually have the answers for you. Nana's Nerd says, Zach, I ordered 25 feather sexable mix eggs 4 weeks ago, anxiously awaiting. Well, good luck on that. I will get them out as quickly as possible. I would assume you go out this week, but you're more than welcome to text me your order number, and I can get you an exact day on when they go out. Nikki James in the house said, just completed my purchase of Quail University. Wonderful. I think you're going to like it a lot. Let me know what you think. Dr. Connie says, I'm anticipating delivery of a freeze dryer for my extra eggs. Very cool. I know Verna loves hers a lot. Foster Farms and Nanas and Nerds says, congratulations on the 50,000 subscribers. Thank you very much. MG is in the house. Welcome. Pappy's Homestead says, congrats as well. Thank you. A lot of congratulations. Thank you, everybody. George Grant's in the house. Welcome. Alex Baker's in the house. Hi, Zach. I'm just starting in raising quail, and I want to know, how do I find... Oh, we already answered that one. Patricia's in the house. Welcome. We're glad you're here. Let's see. Kayla Butler's in the house. I've watched tons of your videos, ordered rails 2 times, and disappeared in shipping. Is hand turning sufficient? I'm in Canada, so can't order from you. Okay, so this is a very good question, and I'm actually going to break this down a little bit. So there's really 3 options, right? There's either an automatic turner, hand turn, or just let them go, right? So the best practice, the best thing you can do is automatic turn. You put the automatic turner in there, you set the time, you're good to go. If it comes down to you just aren't capable of doing that, or you can't right now, or you've tried and it's not working out, it's actually better to just let them go and not turn them. Just let them be and let them go. It is good for them to turn. However, you continuing to open up the incubator once or twice a day to turn them, it actually hurts them more than not turning them would, if that makes sense. So I let them go. I don't think you're going to have any issues with it. I just let them be how they are, and I'm sure you're going to do great. But I wouldn't continue to keep opening the incubator. That's more of a concern than anything else. John Schwartz says, what is too cold and what is too hot? Really, it's not. We've got customers in Alaska where it's like -40 out, and they need shelter. I mean, obviously they'll need somewhere to go out of the elements, the wind, the rain, the snow, so on and so forth. But they still lay during that time as long as they have artificial light. And then, 120 degrees in Texas, and as long as they have some shade and they can get out of the sun, then they lay as well. So they're very adaptable to their environment. Usually takes about a week or 2. William's in the house from Southeast Michigan. Wow, welcome. Glad you're here. Katrina's in the house, says hi to everyone from Gilroy, California. Zach, your Egyptian fees are enjoying their first day in the aviary. They are having so much fun. That is wonderful to hear. Congratulations on that. Thank you, Gutro Sermon Homestead, for congratulating on the 50,000 subscribers. B-Buck 2003 says, do you have a list of equipment or a starter kit for everything you need to get started with, like 6 breeding sets? I actually do have a video. And I cannot remember for the life of me what it's called. I see the picture. The picture is actually a tote brooder. It's under the playlist new to quail and what I need to know. It'll be closer to the bottom, and I think it's called Raising Quail on a Budget. But we give you different ways on how to house them, how to brood them, this, that, and the other. And that video will go a long way for you. So that's the video I check out. And I'm fairly certain that that's what it's called, is Raising Quail on a Budget. Thank you, Katrina, for the congratulations. Deanna's in the house. Eggs in lockdown, all quiet on day 16. Awesome. Good luck. If you don't see any movement by tomorrow, I'd increase your humidity about 5 to 10%. but I wouldn't do it until about this time tomorrow. Chris Lowe's in the house. County Magic Farms watching you all the time. Well, thank you very much. I appreciate that. Frank Crow's in the house. Welcome. We're glad you're here. That guy BPB is in the house. Y'all's videos have been a big help. My first 30 eggs from a local farm store that had her own flock. Well, congratulations on that. Good luck, and thanks for watching the videos, and I'm glad that they help. Andy's in the house. I have a small hovebaiter that is fluctuating from 95 to 101. Jesus, Mother Mary and Joseph. Any ideas on how to stabilize? It's an old wafer thermostat. I have towels over it. Yeah, that wafer thing I did not like. I tried that before, and that I did not enjoy that at all. I would insulate it more, probably with a blanket instead of a towel, and make it thicker. And then also, it might be better if it's in a high traffic area, move it to a non-high traffic area, spare bedroom, a spare bedroom, spare bath, a room that you don't go in very much. And that might help as well. But I would definitely get more insulation on that thing, because that's obviously what the issue is it's still not insulated enough. Foulmouth Girls Farm is in the house from Georgia. Welcome. Glad you're here. Love the name. Chase says, my birds have been doing real good outside. Almost a week now. Kind of nasty today. I'm sure they will be fine. It's chilly, but seems good. Yep, they'll be fine. As long as they're over 3 to 4 weeks old, they're good to go. It was quite a trip. You're right. George Grant's in the house from New Jersey. Welcome. We're glad you're here. Time and Timber Homestead's in the house. Hello, all. I made it to the live. Welcome. We're glad you're here. Time and Timber Homestead, Jasmine and Luke, as well as Christmas Slightly Redneck, I met up with on Wednesday. We had a great dinner and saw Missouri's largest running waterfall, which is really cool. We also saw, I think we saw the oldest. Now that was in Missouri, but I think the oldest bridge in Joplin was what we saw as well, which is really cool. And then we passed by where like Bonnie and Clyde had stayed one time. Like it was really cool looking around. Dale's Quails is in the house. Good evening, everyone. Wisconsin here, and have the heat on in the shop again. Yep, it's getting cold here too. I had to close up some stuff in the barn today, that's for sure. Frank Crow says, has anyone made ground quail? We have, and pretty successful. We haven't done it for years, but yeah, it was good. But we did, yeah. B&T Farms in the house. I'm in lockdown. Also, I got COVID, but I'm here. Wouldn't miss it. Well done on 50,000. Well, thank you very much. I appreciate that. And yeah, I think that's a huge accomplishment. 50,000 subscribers. That is really cool. And thank you to all of you that watch. Terry said, had to separate 4 males because they were injuring each other's head. Is it ever possible to keep spare males together, or is that normal? If you cover up the cage with, a towel or a blanket or whatever you can use, a sheet of some sort, then the aggression will stop. So really, you just need to put them in darkness, and that'll fix it all. Bradley James in the house. Hey, y'all. Cold and windy here in Missouri. Well, welcome. We're glad you're here. Carrie Carver's in the house. Hi, Zach. This is Carrie from Utah. He ordered 50 jumbo Egyptians. He sent 60. I just candled them. 51 were fertile. They went into lockdown, and they should hatch on the 18th. I'm very happy. Thank you. That is wonderful to hear. Keep me posted on the hatch, and good luck to you. It sounds like you're doing great. Foster Farm says, thank you for no ads. Yep, it's something that I've been working on for a while, but I am officially ready to get started with that. So when we start doing the videos and posting again, I said at the beginning, you might have not been here or whatever, but there will no longer be any skippable or non-skippable ads on our videos. So it's just going to go straight into the video. The first 5 to 7 seconds is going to be like I don't know how to describe it. It's like a screenshot of all the things you can check out, like Quail University, QuailCon, our website, whatever else we've got going on, our Amazon store, things like that. And then, if you need to look at it longer, you can always pause it, but then it goes straight into the video rather than me talking for 2 minutes. trying to tell you all the updates and what to know and things like that. So I think between those two things, the video content this year is really going to improve, which I'm excited about. Tyrus Mills is in the house. Thanks for all you do for quail. Well, thank you very much. Thanks for being here. I appreciate it. And Diamond Timber says, no ads. That's going to be amazing. Let's see. Thank you, Chase. I appreciate that. Fran says, thinking of making Scotch eggs with the ground quail. That sounds delicious to me. CS says, hello all. I have started seeing quail eggs in the grocery store here in Vegas. Yeah, they're starting to be around places, that's for sure. I think I saw a post on Facebook the other day that it was at a Costco in, I think it was California, but I don't remember where. Gary says, when I get everything built and set up, I will be ordering. I have a ways to go, but can't wait. Hello from West Tennessee. Well, welcome. We're glad you're here. If you have any questions until you get them, or even when you get them, feel free to ask on here, and good luck on your adventure with quail. Anne's in the house. Timber View with quail in Illinois. Welcome. Glad you're here. John says, I wanted to thank you for your videos. I've learned a lot. I plan to attend Quail University ASAP. I think that'd be great. It really is a very big help for a lot of people, especially newbies. It is Quail 101. So if you just started or you're thinking about starting, definitely check out quailuniversity.com. It's a fantastic place to check out, and it'll give you a lot of information. A lot. Alex is in the house. Says, on your website, I was looking for live quail jumbo wild. It wasn't available. Do you sell live? No, I do not sell any live jumbos. It really affects their weight. We're actually currently working on something to see if that would maintain or keep the weight on. But right now, we don't see a way to ship live quail. We ship them at 3 weeks old. So between 3 and 5, it's very crucial for the jumbos to grow as big as they are. Now, obviously, they grow from day 1 to 10 weeks old, but that 3 to 5 week mark is very, very important. And so if we're shipping them for week 3, they get very stressed out. They start losing weight, and they'll eventually make the weight, but it might be week 12 or week 14. So I don't like doing that. So we are working on something to see if we can fix that. But currently we've not found the solution yet. Pappy's Homestead is in the house. So yeah, I'm sorry. Back to the question. All jumbos are only going to be in hatching eggs for the time being. Pappy's Homestead's in the house. Says 102 watching. Don't forget to hit the like button. Absolutely. Support the channel. The goal tonight is to hit 120 likes. That would be fantastic if you could help us do that. So support the channel by doing so, and we'd greatly appreciate it. Chris Lowe's in the house from Country Magic Farms. Welcome. Grim is in the house. Good evening, everyone from Rising Star, Texas. A lot of Texans tonight. Welcome, everybody. Chase is in the house. About another week or two, I think my birds will start laying. 5 weeks old now. 6 weeks seems to be about the average. Yep, absolutely. So, yeah, probably around late next week. Lynn's Brady's in the house from Oklahoma. I actually was in Oklahoma this week, and it was the first time I was there. I stayed the night there, and I mean, I didn't like sightsee or anything, but it's just a state that I hadn't been to, which was kind of cool. Chase says, can't wait to try some Scotch eggs. There you go. Kimberly Murphy's in the house. Says, good evening, everyone. Welcome. We're glad you're here. Changing Winds Farm says, we would both like to do Quail University. Do we need to each pay for it, or can we both take the course together and both graduate? You could take the course together. You can only get one certificate. So, I mean, you could both take the course together if you live together. But there would only be one certificate given. I don't know. Given out. I can't think of the word I wanted to use. And then, and in case you don't know, because we have talked about Quail University a lot tonight, it's about 8 hours of information for you. It's Quail 101 from start to finish, everything you need to know to be successful with Coturnic's Quail. It's $49, and some of those proceeds go to Quail Con. To host that. Also, some of the proceeds also go to the 18 under contest and get an incubator for us for the kids on who wins. So it's a great cause as well. JJ Willow's in the house. Welcome. We're glad to hear. Laura Wallace is in the house from Montana. Good evening. Loved your Quail 101. Well, thank you very much. I appreciate that. I would assume that you're Laura W. So you graduated this week. So congratulations. Sean says, hi everyone, from Sean and Jeff of Southern Dreams Farm in the Outer Banks of North Carolina. Welcome, we're glad you're here. Grazing Farmstead says, happy Sunday everyone, from Sue at the Grazing Farmstead in Southwest Missouri. Welcome, we're glad you're here. Steve-O says, I'm the dude that just had a hatch rate of 1 out of 24. Someone stoned me. I'm sorry to hear that. I would definitely contact the person you got them from. They can either give you some insight or hopefully try to help you out in some way. But yeah, I'd contact them and see if they can help you out in any which way. JJ Willow says, a new clock on the wall. No, it's the old one I took down, and when I got back, she put it back up, so I just haven't taken it down. Beth says, looking down on my quail eggs on Saturday here from North Carolina. Well, welcome. We're glad you're here, and good luck on your hatch. John says, I had a friend pay it forward and gift me 14 quail, 5-week-old, 10 female, 4 males. To get started, I just bought another 30 that are a week old. Very cool. Congratulations. Quail University might be great for you then. Ed Got Bates says, like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell. Absolutely. Hit the like button. Support the channel. Our goal tonight is 120 likes. Mimi Cleveland is in the house. Hello, everyone, from Enon, Ohio. Hatched out 22 quail for my own quail eggs Monday. Always fascinated by how fast they grow. Absolutely. And congratulations on that. That is self-sufficiency at its best right there. Congratulations. Chris Lowe says, what is the magic time for, I'm assuming you mean balut eggs? Usually 12 days is ideal. But we actually have a balut video. You can just type in balut by Myshire Farm, and it'll actually go through the whole steps of how to do the balutes. Little Ridge Farm is in the house. Welcome. We're glad you're here. No one was talking to me. I had to find out the next one. Pickle says, for eggs, are they okay to be shipped in cold weather, or should there be a wait? No, the weather really doesn't affect the shipment very much. I mean, we've had a, I mean, I wouldn't say it's an extreme winter, but we had a cold winter. And so, for example, like last month, I don't have the exact number in front of me, but for March, I think we finished with like a 74 point something percent hatch rate. Like it was close to 75% hatch rate on shipped eggs. And that was in March. Yeah, the weather really doesn't affect the eggs very much, as long as they're shipped correctly. You know, we double box, we collect every day and ship same day as shipped. We put a little magnet in the box saying what day they were laid. We double box. We use special foamers that are very expensive. So, you know, we do everything we can to ship them correctly. Aaron Gutros is in the house. Hello, my quail friends watching from South Louisiana. Welcome. We're glad you're here. I was in northern Louisiana earlier this week, like right at the tip. Let's see. John says, on my week-old chicks, what would you recommend on brooder size? I have them all in a 3x2 tote right now. From chicks from day old to 3 weeks old, we recommend 6 chicks per square foot. From 3 weeks old and above, it's 3 quail per square foot. So chicks day 1 to 3 weeks old is 6 chicks per square foot. After that, it is always going to be 3 quail per square foot, no matter how old they get. Dallenbach Farms is in the house. How often should I replace my layers? I have roughly 100 layers that are 14 months old and are all standard sizes. I have separate breeding cages and currently hatching all the eggs I can. So I recommend, this is one of those things where you should do what I say and not exactly what I do. So because we ship so many eggs, it's very important for me to keep the fertility right and keep a good system and pattern so I continue to be able to rotate everything and have maximum production. So what we do, and the only reason I'm telling you this is because you might watch a video or something like that and then you'll get confused. So what we do here is we switch out our males every 6 months and we switch out our hens once a year. What I recommend is switching out your males about once every 9 months and switching your hens out every 1.5 years. And then you're not going to have any issues with them getting older and molting and not really laying well afterwards. You've already got your replacements already. So I'd start looking at that process now since they're already 14 months old, but about 1.5 years. Now, they will lay for about a little over 2 years. But again, their production does slow down a little bit, this, that, and the other. And you want to make sure you have replacements for them. And if you wait until the 2-year mark, you're going to start getting a lot less eggs from them and they'll start dying off because, they're kind of just spent, you know what I mean? And so you'll get the eggs that you get and that's it, right? Well, if that's the case, then you're not going to be able to use the best of the best. You're going to use what you have. Whereas if you start now, you can say, okay, I really like these 10, these 5 are okay, and these are the bottom half. Okay, so you just scrap the bottom half. The other 5, you go, nope, it's not even worth it. You just keep the best 10 or however many you put in, whatever. And then you just, hatch them out again and say, yep, this is the best 10. This is what I'm going to use for next year's breeders or whatever the case may be. So I would start looking at now. It's a very good question. Jay says, also park your NC along an inside wall of whatever room you move it to and make sure the room is draft free. Yep, absolutely. As far as getting the temp correct. Pickles, is it possible to tame your birds to enjoy handling? Yeah, I mean, you need to handle them a lot, and yeah, but I mean, there's a lot of people that have a lot of tame quail. Glenn Wells says, running late tonight, but I made it. Hello, everyone. Welcome. We're glad you're here. I have 20 my own eggs in the incubator day 9. Humidity has been holding 45 to 47%. When I lock down, will 65% be okay or need higher? Preferably, you'd go to 75%. Is ideal. 65% is pretty much at the low end of what you want at lockdown. So 75% is what you're really shooting for lockdown. Tara Wells in the house, thank you and congratulations from London, UK. Well, thank you very much. Congratulating on the 50,000 subscribers this week. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. Thanks for joining in. I appreciate that as well. Peter from the UK was not able to join us, but he posted on or commented on Facebook to mention him. So welcome, Peter. I'm sure you'll watch this later. Katrina says, Zach, how much time did it take to debone the quail for grinding? Sounds like a lot of time. Oh, God, I don't remember. But you need to remember, we do a lot at one time, and we have, like, an army. So it's like 5 kids plus me, my wife, plus George, plus, Pop the Builder plus his wife plus, I mean, it's like we have assembly lines at all times when we do stuff like that. So I don't remember it all. It's literally been, oh, you know what? I don't even think George was here when we did that. I think it was just me, Jenna, and Dennis. So that had to be at least 5 or 6 years ago. I don't remember it all. I don't remember I don't remember hating it. I don't remember. But obviously we haven't done it since either, so that might tell you something as well. Rohan is in the house from St. Lucia. Good night. Sorry I'm late. Well, welcome. We're glad you're here. Thanks for stopping by. Amanda says, I keep forgetting you're an hour ahead. Sorry about that. Yeah, my time change while I was traveling was really annoying. Yud P is in the house. Welcome. We're glad you're here. Papa Rai is in the house. When I made my brooders, I meant to make them 12 inches tall, but they came out 13. I had a couple deaths. They're 3 weeks old tomorrow. Is the brooder too tall? No, it's fine. It's fine. And you'll lose some along the way, but yeah. No, you're fine. I wouldn't worry about that at all. The milestone was we hit 50,000 subscribers this month, which is really cool. Here's another fun fact. I wasn't going to mention it, but obviously can't keep my mouth shut. We are, I think, 300 away, maybe? I can't remember. It's somewhere close to that, like 300 orders away from hitting 10,000 orders, not this year, total, which is pretty cool. So that'll be another milestone. Hopefully I'll have eggs to do some fun stuff then. Terry Wells says, quail would cost about $4 for 12 in London. That's not too bad. That's what a lot of people charge here, so that's not too off. Mary's in the house from Oklahoma. Welcome. We're glad you're here. Thank you, Yud P. I appreciate the congratulations. Chris Parrish Outdoors says, got our order in of Egyptian and had a 51% hatch rate. It's a week later and 2 have started seizing and I had to euthanize them. The rest seems strong. Wonderful. Congratulations on that. I will get that on the books. Thanks for letting me know. Chris is in the house. Do you still have eggs to sell? We do. Everything's on our website, which is myshirefarm.com, and everything has a different time frame on it to ship. Frank Crow says, going to hang a copy of my certificate in the quail barn. Everyone seeing it will be jealous. There you go. Very cool. Sean says, we just separated our jumbo wilds and have 49 extra males to process. What do you recommend to feed them to add weight to them? We use Game Bird Feed Starter and Layer now. Just keep them on the starter feed. High protein is, all you need. So just keep them on the starter feed. They don't need layer feed. And that'll keep the weight on them or help them grow a little bit. Amanda says, if I got a 25 count mixed jumbo hatching eggs order, could I make breeders of all light colors to raise those babies and mix with each baby from other color pens? When do you worry about inbreeding? You really don't need to worry about it, but it's about 3 years when you want to add some new blood, or if you've got multiple cages, then you wouldn't have to worry about it, but about 3 years, change those out. The problem is the 25 count's not very many eggs. So if you think about it, you get 25 eggs. We'll just say 30 because I'm shipping 30 out of the 25 count. Let's say 15 hatch. Half of those will be males. That gives you about 7 hens. So there's no way you're going to have a breeding set of each of those colors in the 25 count. Because you'll get white wings, you'll get whites, you'll get Egyptians, you'll get wilds. Well, if you have 4 different colors and only 7 birds, you know what I mean? So, now a 50 count might get you there. Most likely a 110 count is what would get you there. But they can also be combined. I've seen that question asked a lot lately as well. Can different colors be added to the same cage? Absolutely. That's not a problem at all. They get along just fine. And then obviously Jumbo to jumbo will continue to be jumbo. Jumbo to standard, you will lose some of that jumbo weight. And then you'll also increase some of that standard weight. So it usually balances out. But it's much easier to lose the weight than it is to gain the weight in Coturnix quail, which is opposite of me. It's easier to gain the weight. Yeah, you will get a breeder set out of it. It would probably just be mixed jumbo colors out of the 25 count. Foster Farm says, got to go collect sheep and put them in the barn. Good night, all. Hit the like button. Absolutely. We're only 16 away from hitting our goal tonight, so support the channel by just hitting the like button. I greatly appreciate it. Lita's in the house. Hi, Myshire Farm. What sheep incubator do you think is best? I can't afford a cabinet one. I had some really good success with the Little Giant. I've heard the Hovabator Genesis is pretty good. I actually, if you go to our playlists on our YouTube channel, there's a playlist called Quail Product Reviews, and there are 3 different incubator reviews on there that will kind of give you, now they're the prices from last year, because I did them last year, but they're the prices from last year. They show you the process, they show you the good, the bad, the ugly, the pros and the cons. And I really do think that those videos are very, very helpful because, for example, I did not have high hopes for the Little Giant at all. I really like the Nurture Right 360. It doesn't hold very many eggs. It was significantly cheaper. Now they're almost the same price. That changes a lot. You can buy the Nurture Right 360 for like $130, or you can buy the Little Giant now for like $140, and it holds like 110 eggs. Like, it's just ridiculous. The Nurture Right 360 is plastic. The Little Giant is styrofoam. And we had really great results in both, but for the price, the Little Giant is fantastic. But I'd watch those videos just to see, oh, I do like this Pro a lot, but I hate that con. That's non-negotiable. I got to go with this one. I think those videos might help you out a lot. It's a very good question. I talked a little too long and I lost my spot. So sorry. Oh, here we go. Beam Farms in the house. My first balut order is going out right now. I'm not really happy with how much they're willing to pay, but I like the business. There you go. Congratulations. And good luck to you. Hopefully you guys can work out what's beneficial for both of you. I just had to put in I don't know, 1,200 balut, I think. Kind of put them off for a long time, and then they kind of go through Jenna. Like, I have some blue customers, Jenna has some blue customers. She started it, and then I kind of, I'm the one that drops off this, that, and the other, so I got new customers and things like that. And anyways, the customer finally called me and said, you need to put my order in. And I said, okay. She said, this week. And I said, how about when I get back? She goes, okay, but put it in. I said, okay. She's like, I'm starving. And I said, okay, I'll put it in. So I put it in this week for her. Duck's Custom Garage is in the house. Hello, everyone from West Virginia. Why does my quail lay a blue egg sometimes? It depends on what color you're actually talking about. If it was a Celadon, then it would be a blue egg every day. And if that's the case, then it's just a Celadon gene that makes the color blue. If they lay different eggs, then usually it's just deficiency in some sort. Fiber, calcium, all those deficiencies that they could have. They just didn't get enough for that day, and it changed the color of the egg. But if it is every day a blue egg, then it would be a Celadon. Douglas Blankenship is in the house. Douglas Blankenship says last hatch of Jumbo Egyptians was 11 out of 30. Thank you very much for letting me know. Make sure you contact us because we do guarantee a 30% hatch rate. Egyptian. And you didn't quite make that, so make sure you get with us so we can get that taken care of for you. Two Step says, so why do you skip phase place anything? Oh, I guess you're talking to Vane, not me. Okay. Jason's in the house, says, hi, Jason here. I just canned a nice batch of extra males this week. Very cool. Congratulations. It's elementary with Miss S as my eggs from Myshire just starting to hatch tonight, day 16. 2 looking strong so far. Wonderful to hear. That's exactly what you're wanting. You're wanting to start on 16, a big hatch on 17, a decent hatch on 18, and a few stragglers on 19. So it sounds like you are doing exactly what you should be doing. So congratulations on that. Good luck, and obviously keep me posted on the final hatch. Paz says, what percentage of Myshire farm is sustained by quail sales? I don't really know what you mean, but I mean, Myshire farm is a quail farm, so all of it. Yeah, the quail pay for all of it. If that's what you mean. I would assume that's what you mean. So yeah, pays for all of it. We ship, we're actually, I just did those numbers today. I think we're on pace this year to hit, I think we're shipping 800,000 eggs this year, which is exhausting, but I'm glad that we can help. I'm glad we can do it, and I haven't lost my mind yet, so we're doing all right. Dr. Connie says, I started selling live birds. What a joy. Helping others is a rush. It really is. It's really cool. Congratulations on that. Wish you all the best. Tara says, clarification, $4 for 12 UK store-bought eggs. The jumbo hatching eggs cost $25 approximately. There you go. Thank you very much. JJ Willis says, Zach has tired eyes, maybe need glasses for reading or a nap. I probably do need glasses, but I can never keep them. I think Jenna stole my last pair, and the pair before that my daughter stole. So, yep. So I've just decided that I'll just struggle. It is what it is. And I always look tired. It's a thing. You'll get used to it. It's fine. I did. Jason says, with the Little Giant, I use a syringe to add water through the breather holes without having to remove the lid. There you go. That's a great idea as well. Chelsea says, can breed out disposition. I have some that are crazy birds and others that are more docile. Yeah, you can breed for that for sure. Sometimes it is environmental, but if you have both at the same time, it's really hard to say. But yeah, you wouldn't really want to hatch out any eggs from any that are aggressive or crazy or anything like that. And eventually, through the lineage and through the breeding, then you'll kind of get that out to a degree. Ban Garcia 3 says, Myshire farm started incubating for 8 hours and someone bumped into my incubator and some eggs fell off the slots. I let the egg stand for another 24 hours before turning. Will this affect the hatch rate? Like, as long as you left them in the incubator, then no, they're good to go. No problem at all. I don't think it'll affect the hatch rate at all. Two Step says, oh, you're not talking to me. Amanda says, have you ever hatched quail and chicks in the same incubator? Quail? No. Like chicken chicks? No. Curious if the chicks would kill the quail. I know about the day difference. I would assume they would, just because they're so much bigger. But no, we've never hatched out quail with chickens. We've hatched them out separately. So like where our quail barn used to be, which was a 2-car garage, we put an incubator in there and hatched out some chickens. And she hatched out something else, peacocks. But I didn't want those in the barn. So we set a brooder up in there. We put an incubator up in there. and she did all of it up there, and then we kept the quail separate. I don't think that you would need to do that for self-sufficiency, but because of a business and we ship so much, I was just terrified mixing. It scares the ever daylights out of me. I don't think anything would happen. It just scares me. So we separated all together. Steve Hogan's in the house. Welcome. We're glad you're here. Chelsea says, thank you. I don't know what I did, but you're welcome. Make sure you hit we hit the goal. 120 likes. Thanks, everybody. I appreciate that. Jan says, Joe and Jan Steffi's in the house are looking forward to going to QuailCon again. Wonderful to hear. Glad to see you again, and I can't wait this year. I'm really excited. We've got a lot of extra stuff planned. Chelsea says, can you water glass quail eggs? You can. I'll leave it at that. The answer is yes, you can. Guys, that's all the questions tonight, so only about an hour. I'll give you just a second in case there's any last minute questions, and then we will get out of here. But in case you missed the very beginning, I did have a couple announcements. Quail University is going strong. We've had a lot of great feedback. Make sure you check that out, which is quailuniversity.com. I did a video on it. You can go to our main page, and I think it's like the second or third video back, so it'll be on the front page. QuailCon is going extremely well. We've got international this year, people from the UK, people from Canada. I think it's like 14 or 16 states coming already. QuailCon tickets are available, which is September 2nd and 3rd on our website, myshirefarm.com. We are looking for vendors, so if you're interested in vending at QuailCon, make sure you text me and give me some info, and I can give you some info on that. If you're part of Quail University, whether you have graduated or just started or are signing up today or tonight or whatever, we are going to be starting a live Q&A with Jasmine and myself. We're doing it separately. Hopefully there's going to be about 4 classes a week. It's going to be very small settings in a Zoom setting, so we'll all be able to look at each other, talk to each other. I think the minimum amount of people will be 4, the maximum will be 15. And it'll be an hour-long class. I think that'll help a lot as well. And we hit 50,000 subscribers on our YouTube channel, so I cannot tell you enough how much I appreciate and thank all of you for watching the videos, subscribing, hitting like buttons, sharing videos. You guys are absolutely amazing. I really appreciate it. We do have a couple more comments, and then we will head out. Let's see, John says, how do you think the feed gene came about? Well, the feed gene came from the German pastels. So when it was imported over here, the feed gene was extracted from the German pastel collection. And that gene was now placed into all kinds of other things to make new colors. David says, I have hatched chickens with quail. The quail went into a different baiter at lockdown. That's a good idea too. Ruby says, so when you introduce the young replacement roosters, it doesn't freak out the hens? No. No. But it shouldn't. If you see any issue, well, we have our system. You'll need to find your system. The best thing to do is to disorient all of them. So what you would do is you would actually take, because you got to get in there to get the old males out, right? So you take the old males out, you put them in whatever, a tote, right? And then you take all the hens out and you place them in with the new males that you're going to be putting in. Put them in a dark place, whether it's a tote with a lid or a box or whatever. Leave them in there, disorient them for about 20-30 minutes, put them all back in there, and none of them will be the wiser that there's male replacements. So yeah, that would be the safest way to do it. Stephen Lawrence is in the house from Missouri. Welcome, we're glad you're here. I do have a video on that though, Ruby. Introducing new quail to an existing covey, I think is what the YouTube video is called. You can type that into the search bar, introducing new quail by Myshire Farm. That video will pop up for you, and it can give you more information on that. Let's see, Pappy's Homestead says, Myshire Farm, is it safe to add new chicks to a brooder that has 1 week old already in it. It's not the end of the world. Obviously, you want to keep the sizes together, but sometimes that doesn't work out as long as it's less than a 2 week gap. So 1 week would be fine. They'll not hurt each other or anything like that. Once you get to 2 week gap, then they're significantly larger and they do start picking on the small ones, stepping on them accidentally, whatever the case may be. So 1 week is not a big deal at all. Two Step says, thanks Myshire Farm for helping all of us with our quail. Well, thank you for asking questions, and I'm just happy you're getting self-sufficient and starting with quail. Amanda says, top 3 differences from business versus personal quail if you stop the business for any reason. I think that's a really big question. Hold on. Amanda says, top 3 differences from business versus personal quail if you stop the business for any reason. Oh, God. I wouldn't feed him such expensive feed. I feed him a general all flock purpose feed. A layer feed, cheap. Because they don't care about it, but I do. So I'd stop that, so I'd save a whole lot more. I change the difference, I'd switch out our males every 9 months to a year, and I switch our hens out every year and a half, because that would save me quite a bit as well. And I would go down, I'd probably go down to 2 cages. If it was just for personal use, I'd probably have, I don't know, 50 to 100 quail. I'd have 1 quail of jumbos, 1 quail of mix or jumbo mix colors, and then 1 quail for specific colors that I'd want to keep, in case I'd ever want to pull out together. So I would decrease a lot. I would change the feed, and I'd let them lay for a lot longer than what I do now. A lot of money savers is what I would do. Chase says, fab females they get a rusty chest or just no spots? No, it's a white plain chest. There's no rust, because it's phi. So it's a wild with the phi gene. So the back is like a grayish color with the wild markings, and then the chest, instead of brown or rust color, it's just plain white. JJ Willis says, thank you, Myshire Farm, and all of those that are helping in the chat. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. That's very kind. Eric Willis says, thanks for all the info and everything you do for us. Now to go enroll in the university. There you go. I think it'll help a lot. Keep us posted. Debbie from St. Paris, Ohio says, I've got 21 of your jumbo wilds hatched so far today. That's awesome. Congratulations. Good luck, and I hope a lot more hatch for you. Keep me posted on the final numbers. Katrina says, thanks for the great information, Zach, and great chat, everyone. Absolutely. Homefield Honey and Produce says, does Quail U or QuailCon cover what licensing is needed to sell eggs and meat? Well, QuailCon would for sure. Quail University, I think, touches on it. Pretty much the only thing you need to sell eggs is a small egg producer license, which is like $20, and they come out and check out your place. But if you're shipping past state lines, then you would need to be MPIP certified. With meat, that is a completely different story. You need to be USDA, and it's a waste of money. You'd never be able to make money off of it because you have to pay the USDA so much. CS says, why is it called the phi gene? Because whoever found the gene called it phi. Don't know. It's a good question. I just don't know the answer to that. Pickle says, do you wait 24 hours before putting them in the incubator after getting them from shipping? Yes, that is highly recommended. Yeah, you want them to settle. So even, let's just say that, like, you get them 8 days late. Like, they were in shipping for 8 days. It is still vital you let them sit for 24 hours. I know it's going past the time frame, but you're going to get a much, much higher hatch rate if you let them settle. Very, very good question. Barb Oliver says, I can't get my humidity up to 65, 66. Was that high enough for lockdown? I haven't tried 360 first time, Mom. You really wanted to get a little bit higher. You can take a little Tupperware bowl, put water in it, and a washcloth or a sponge, and that should bump it up. You can insulate it with a towel. That might keep the humidity in as well, but you really want it at that 70-75%. 65 is okay. You'll get a decent hatch rate, but that 70-75% can make a really big difference for you on the hatch. That's a great question. Agab Bates says, good night, everyone. Thanks for coming and hanging out. See you Sunday at 7 p.m. Keep a lookout for new videos throughout the week. Absolutely. Vay's Place did put the introducing new quail to an existing flock video on there for the link in case somebody wanted to watch that. Joy's in the house from Western Oregon. Welcome. We're glad you're here. JJ says, birds trying to nest on my porch light keeps setting off the motion detector. I've had that happen before. David says, would the replacement process be similar in an aviary environment? Yeah, I really think it should. You could probably extend that a couple extra months, but that's assuming that they're not on artificial light. So if they are, then no, it would stay exactly the same. It's not really about the environment, it's more about the production. So if you don't put artificial light on them and you're not getting that many eggs a year and then they take off winter, then no, you could probably go, easily a year on the males and 2 years on the hens before you start replacing. But if you are using supplemental light, it's that production process that you need to think about, not really the environment, if that makes sense. Nikki James says, everyone have a great evening. You as well. Thanks for stopping by. Barb says, my nerd tray humidity is that okay with, we just answered that one. I was a little behind on comments, so I apologize about that. Pickle says, what is the best litter for quail? Can you put them on soil with plants? That would be a great question for Katrina. She does a YouTube channel called Sow and Tear. I think she does a YouTube live tomorrow night. She's in a different time frame and I always get confused. But her YouTube channel is called Sow and Tear. She has them on the ground. You can ask her about that. We don't do that. They're on wire for us. So she'd be a better person to ask with that. Sean says, we raise our quail in aviary, so how do you recommend replacing the males? Can we just take the old males out and add the new ones, or should I try to do this at night? Yeah, I wouldn't put them all in a box, but yeah, even if you can take the males out during the day and throw the new males in at night, that would help. Yeah. But usually when you replace males in an aviary, or you replace any birds in an aviary, because they have so much space, they don't really care. I think you could do it whenever you wanted, but ideally the darker the better. John says, one last question. I'm supposed to get in the mid 40s for a few nights. I have my brooder outside. Should I put it inside? If they're under 3 weeks old, then yes, that's what I would recommend. Oh dear God, Katrina says $75 in California for an egg producer handler license annually. That's redonkulous. I think we pay $20. We've been paying $20 a year for 15 years. 75. That's crazy. Chase says everything in California is more expensive. Yeah, that's a little. 75 is ridiculous though. JJ says, I feel so regulated it's hard to breathe anymore. I hear that sometimes. That's why I like to keep quail under the radar. You know what I mean? Like, I, I, I like it to be a grassroots campaign. You know what I mean? Like, I keep getting ads to like do a commercial for like Hulu ads or whatever. And I have no desire to ever do that ever in my life because I don't want it to be mainstream. I have no desire for quail to ever be mainstream. I want it to be a backyard grassroots thing where we just tell each other and we get more people involved because the more we do that, the less regulations there are. And that's why I will never agree to, a standard book, like they have in chickens, because I don't want that regulation. I disagree with it wholeheartedly. Let's see. Andy says, moved my incubator to the corner of the bedroom. Hopefully the chicken eggs in it can handle the flexible temps to start. Candles, a couple that are starting, but those temp swings are not helpful. Yeah, I'd put, heavy blanket quilt on there. Moving them will probably help a lot. And just make sure you have high humidity. But good luck to you, and I wish you all the best. John says, thanks for all the info. Stay blessed. Good night. Absolutely. You as well. Thanks for hanging in there with me. Is it okay to call quail with... Well, I wouldn't recommend it. I've got a video called The Bloodless Call. You can watch that, and it takes hardly any time at all. Jay says, LOL, I've turned into a crazy quail person telling everyone about them. There you go. See? One person at a time. Grassroots movement. Texas Top Shelf says, everyone have a good night. You as well. Thank you very much. If you just began or did not join us at the very beginning, that's completely okay, but make sure you watch the first about 5 minutes. We had some good announcements tonight. I couldn't think of the word that you might not want to miss, you might be interested in. So make sure you check that out. And I don't think I'm getting to videos this week. If I do, I'm going to be super ecstatic. But it does look like I will start next week, which is really exciting. I've got a lot of good videos coming your way. So stay tuned for those. Make sure you check out Quail University, and make sure you check out QuailCon, September 2nd and 3rd right here. Tickets available on our website. And until next time, everybody, as always, stay safe. Thanks, everybody. Have a great night.